From iRacing's virtual Texas Motor Speedway, we say good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Race 2 of the 2024 NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series Playoffs. Pace car down and in. Steven Wilson in control. Let's go racing at Texas. We had left on a note that Wilson started from pole, had yet to lead a lap break, but he has now found himself back on top, and the 10 car in control for the first time tonight. For how long, who knows? Here goes Salas to the inside.
So Wilson clearly having a car that he's very comfortable with, but you just mentioned one of the William Byron Esports cars starting all the way back in the 37th position. That was Tucker Minter. That's where Nick Ottinger, who is not comfortable with his race car, has fallen to right now, down 16 spots, running in the 37th position. One of our two drivers here that pointed their way into the playoffs, and it is just going the exact opposite way. We see all of these playoff guys battling up front here, but Nick Ottinger just completely struggling right now, or perhaps playing some type of strategy or something, but not going his way. And again, very uncharacteristic for somebody who has performed not only well just throughout the course of his career, but particularly here at Texas Motor Speedway as a former winner here in this series. So really surprising to see that he's kind of struggling right now.
Back towards the front of the field as we close in on that halfway point. But look at the middle here, 3 wide, as they're going to come through the quad oval. That 34 machine of Derek Bordeaux, the one that stands out like a highlighter center of it all. In the front row 4, almost 4 wide, a touch there. That was Butta Fuco, who got loosened up a little bit. And what a way to get welcomed in your series debut, driving as a sub tonight for RFK Racing, and he is in the thick of it all. But Butta Fuco, how about a tip of the cap? His first NASCAR Coca-Cola Series start, started 24th. He is up to 13th position. He has had a great showing so far. A couple more drivers on the radio say that they'll be down pit road this time. One of them is the driver we're on board with as Matt Busa comes in from the number 2 spot. And well, yes, a majority of the playoff cars have pitted. That doesn't speak for the field. 4 wide moment there. That's the 22 car driving up the inside. And this is exactly why we'll see so many cars stay out and try to catch a yellow. It's because they're still driving like this 4 position. Plus, you have all the cars who have pitted on better tires intermingling amongst all of this chaos. Wilson right now holding about a 1.9 second advantage over fellow playoff cars Vicente Salas in second, Parker White in third, and then Dylan Duvall, who has slipped to the number 4 spot. Bobby Zelensky's in 7th, Graham Bowl in 14th, Daniel Falkingham 15th, Tucker Minter 26th, Nick Ottinger 29th, and Garrett Lowe in 30th. That's where the playoff cars sit. Close it in on 30 to go.
But really right now, I mean, just looking at this battle for second right here, you can see the intensity, because Parker knows if he can get around Vicente, he's got a faster car. He's got a shot to go run that 10 car down. But the longer he gets held up behind Vicente, the closer Zelensky's going to get. And remember, Zelensky's got the best tires out of anybody in the top 5. So this is shaping up to be a great race here for the last 30 laps or so.
Well, again, that's tough. If you're Salas, you think about the fact that he's basically point in, point out. Every single point's going to matter. So even him just kind of conceding that position, it may help Parker. It may help them both try and chase down Steven Wilson. But Zelensky is not going to waste any time. He's looking to go 3 wide and get kind of 2 for 1 in terms of getting 2 spots in 1 corner, and he's going to be able to do that. So Bobby Zelensky, a great drive that he has, and I think he's close enough to the draft of those 2 cars in front of him that he's got a real shot. But as this run continues, you see a lot of guys who pit a little bit later than Steven Wilson, but I just don't know if they have the time with the lead that he has stretched out to try and chase down that 10 car. He's been so impressive this entire run. And everybody's short pit, so they're going to be struggling more on the back end of this run in terms of tire wear than they did in the early part of the race.
Yeah, and like we talked about before, think back, Duvall was one of the first cars to pit. And at the end of the first run, he was already loose, and that was 40 laps in. As we can see here on the replay off of 4, which has been the trouble spot all night, looks super, super loose as he's crossing the wake of the 77. Does a great job to keep the car straight and keep it off the wall. So he'll live to see another set of corners. But unfortunately for Duval, he knows the last 13 laps are going to be a struggle as he's super loose again off of 4. Pinching Luza down. He sees the point slipping away, and he's going to do everything he can to hold these positions. But I'm telling you, that car looks awful. So if Duval can hold on here, hats off to him, because that car is not doing him any favors.
The big winners of those playoff cars, at least in this race, continue to be Graham Bolin up 22 positions as he looks for another one, now challenging the 11 machine of Vicente Salas for P6. Behind them, Tucker Minter up 27 spots after he started down in the 30s. Tucker Minter's a top 10 car, 3 wide to the inside for Bolin. Trying to get 2 spots with 1 swing of the bat. He's got it in the center of 3 and 4. Slides up, shuts the door, gets a push. Olatunbosid back to the bottom, though. Going to make Bolin work for this one.
Up 24 positions is Graham Bolin. You just got to give a tip of your cap to him. And again, if I know Graham Bolin, he's going to be relieved, but also I think a little frustrated, right? If he nails a good qualifying lap, he knows that his situation leaving Texas could be a whole lot different, because he has had to pass 24 cars, nearly started 30th to get up to this position, and he's within 4 seconds of Steven Wilson. So there's a good argument there that he has been the fastest car today.
If he can make it off of 2, he can. He's going to pick up 2 more spots right here. And that 97, is in the wall, but he's still good. And he's going to pick up some spots, and here he comes. Evan.
Yeah, Salas squeezed him up against the fence down the back straightaway. They both got out of control. The 97 gets on through. So Tucker Minter up to a race high P7. Look at the live standings again. The 97 has been working tonight, but he's hindered by 2 things. One, the big gap he had coming into this race at being minus 29. But number 2, of course, Wilson winning up front means that it limits the possible available positions on points. There goes the 11 to Salas under the Nani Lopez. Lopez, though, going to get through. DeMerchant also going to get through. And that 11 car is tumbling down the standings. No more than 15-20 laps ago was a dead heat with the 18 car for 4th. And now it is double digits. Throws it into 1 and 2. He'll clear the 48 of Bolin, move him up to the number 5 spot, and he's got a fighting chance to still get to the 5 of Novak ahead of them as they come to the white flag the next time by. The 97's better. Blake looking up top as Steven Wilson eyes the white.
Golly, 32 spots for Tucker Minter. That is just simply so impressive. He's got to be proud. So does this driver, right? He deserves all the praise that we can give him. He has just been flat out insane this entire season. Minter makes up another spot, but it is going to be Steven Wilson who looks to go back-to-back if he can put together another set of corners.
Minter to 4th, Hill I 3rd. Up front, though, Steven Wilson won the Segment 3 title, won the regular season championship, and how about that for the defending series champ? He's headed back to the championship for Steven Wilson, winner at Texas Motor Speedway, and will look to become the first driver since Ray Alfala did it back in 2011 and 2012 to go back-to-back with an NASCAR title. He is back in the show, and we'll see him at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. More poles, more wins than anybody else in 2024, and it is rightfully so that the defending champ is the first one that is locked in to that championship race at Homestead, Miami.